YCS London has come and gone, and that means we have some interesting deck profiles to talk about. First one I wanted to talk about was the Burning Abyss top 16 list, and I found that this one was a little bit more interesting. I mean, there's Infinite Sky Striker list. I do want to do a tech update on things that kind of saw play at the event. I do want to do super in-depth discussion on Blackhorn Heaven, because that was really interesting. But Danger BA taking another different approach, actually. Now, previous iterations of this list were playing Nessie, One Jackalope. They were trying some different really weird things and packages. Obviously, Tsuchinoko is your go-to. Like, he's the piece you want for most of your combos, because, you know, level 3 comes out no matter what. You know, kind of do your thing. And there's just a lot of really weird variants that kind of comes to mind with this. And the second list we're going to be looking at is Gem Knight FTK. And for those of you that don't know, I don't like degenerate FTKs, but it's kind of nice and refreshing to see that an inconsistent FTK has kind of been brought back to light, just for the aspect of consideration for hitting it, in addition to a couple of other really weird things you can kind of do. Gotta blame Firewall for everything, so we'll blame it for him too. But this is the Danger BA list that came out of the event. Yeah, let's dig on into this, shall we? So we have 2 copies of A-Lich, targeting to negate effect of a face-up monster is really good. No Slender Dragons to prevent you from searching your deck and doing things. Feel free to blink that, by the way. 2 copies of Ash Blossom. I think a few people are going to kind of have different opinions on this, and that's fine. I don't think Ash, any more than 2 in this deck, is really like all that conflicting, to be honest with you. It kind of just depends on how you want to go about things for general combos and things like that. Of course, Barbar bringing it on home, really got to have that damage to kind of push in on a lot of games. I think a lot of people kind of forget that Barbar is just, you have to play it. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to play Barbar. You have to. You have to be able to clutch game, especially in time like, I don't know why people are so hesitant to want to play this. Of course, 1 copy of Calcap, being able to bounce back. That's that Spawn Trap card coming in handy, actually. 1 copy of our boy Seer. It's still limited. 1 copy of DD Crow. This one was relatively interesting to me. I didn't actually realize people were considering Crow. But as an additional hand trap with access to more things, like, this is relatively good. And of course, 2 copies of Danger Jackalope, being able to get that special summon from the deck. Hi, my name is Tsuchinoko. Of course, 2 copies of Tsuchinoko. That level 3 special summon really, really, really will ruin a lot of people's games, and I think that in the long run, a lot of people want to play 3 Snake. I think you can get away with 2, especially this deck's a little bit weirder in terms more of its ratios. I mean, you've got a Kaiju package built in. Of course, triple copies of Mali. Now, you're using the Malleys as extenders, and I understand this. I mean, you're not playing bad equips or anything like that. You're just using this to climb up, exceed ranks, and produce boards. And 1 copy of Droll and Lockbird. 1 of Hand Traps, by the way. Very interesting concepts from this duelist. I really like just the fact that, like, he has this plethora of things that he can have access to at all points in time. So his opponent just kind of doesn't know what to do. 1 copy of Fabled Siliquidos. This card is in your graveyard, and send 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card from your graveyard. So this unfortunately doesn't trigger the dangers because it says send, not discard. So that's something to keep in mind. 1 copy of Fairy Tale Snow. Best damn card to mill off of Beatrice. 2 copies of Farfa. Honestly, this is fine. I don't see any conflict of interest for this. I think that this is like the perfect ratio, just for generalized disruption. Of course, triple copies of Fiendish Rhino. Still one of the best cards in the deck. 1 Godarla, 1 Gamma Seal. I think a lot of people are going to find this, and of course the 1 Kumamungus to be a little bit weird, but like, right now Thunder Dragons are a big pain in the ass in the meta. You kind of have to take strides to kind of beat them, and I think this is how you do it. Just main decking Kaijus. I mean, your whole deck's a toolbox, like, why not? 2 copies of Ghost Spell, depending on the situation you find yourself in. Just great hand trap ability. 1 copy of Graph, 1 Kumamungus. 2 copies of Libet. Getting the special summon from your hand is really good. 2 copies of Orbital Hydrolander. So you have to have 5 monsters in your graveyard, no monsters with the same name, which you'll be able to manage that relatively easily. He mills the top 3, which is really good, actually, for this. Orbital's a really good just free drop boss monster for no reason. Of course, triple copies of Skarm for that turbo ability. in-phase search for, of course, Tour Guide or any other real level 3 Dark Fiend that you're going to need. And of course, triple Light of Sekka, the heart and soul of the deck. And of course, the extra deck down here, we have 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Trisbania, 1 Unicorn, 2 Phoenix, 1 Mermaid, 1 Cerberus, 1 Firewall, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Borreload, 1 Dark Knight, 2 Dante, 1 Beatrice, and 1 Pilgrim. Nobody plays 3 Dante anymore. It's kind of ironic. Like, everyone's like, oh, Dante needs to go to 1. No. Dante doesn't even see maxed out capacity in full quantity as it is. This is how much we've gone. Side deck, we have 1 more copy of Kaiju, another Droll and Lockbird, triple Ghost Reaper, 2 Majesty's Fiend, 1 Radeon, 1 Thunderstrike Kaiju. God, so many Kaijus. Along with triple Twin Twister and triple Red Reboot. Like I said, Europe really loves this deck. I know a lot of people are trying a lot of things with this. Tsuchinoko definitely made the deck a lot more consistent for the TCG variant. And that's very good. I mean, someday we'll get the BA Link Monster, and we'll be able to do some other things. But unfortunately, the BA Link Monster does promote more degeneracy in his own right, which is really disappointing. And I would like to keep that card as far out of the game as we can until another point in time. But so far, I really like just the cool little toolbox that we've got going on here. The splash between the BA monsters, the access of Malicious. I can't wait to see Malicious go back to 2. Like, it'll be a good time. Now, the last list we have here is Gem Knights. And Farfa ended up getting the profile for everybody, which is really, really good. Now, while everybody has been busy dealing with Danger FTK, trying to figure out how to deal with that, one duelist decided to take the reins and mix things up a little bit and bring another FTK to the table. Now, we've talked about the weird things that Gem Knight FTK can do in and itself, and just the fact that it's another explosive deck. So when everybody else is worried about something, if something kind of shows up that people, A, don't know how to play against, and 2, you're another FTK, I mean, everybody's not siding for you, right? I mean, nobody's already not siding for this deck because of how really weird that this deck already is. Now, the whole deck, I mean, obviously, Unicorn recycling something like Gem Knight Master Diamond is about how you're going to go about doing the OTK. I believe so. I believe that's the correct iteration of things. But this is current Gem Knight FTK. So, of course, triple copies of Black Dragon. This is the thing that literally essentially starts your combo. Or it revitalizes it, that one. Being able to just make sure that you can eat off and continue on by adding the 3 is really good. Of course, 2 copies of Crystal Rose, 1 copy of our boy Armadillo Man, triple copies of a Gem Knight Lazuli. Remember, this getting that normal monster back to your hand, so free. Of course, triple copies of Obsidian. Like, that's the thing I always loved about Gem Knights. No matter like how much of your load that you essentially go through, and just the constant eating and eating and eating and eating, you have 6 free resources that just regenerate back to your hand. Between these 2, like, it's so free. And of course, we have triple copies of Rescue Rabbit, probably the best goddamn normal summon in your deck. Literally, the fact that this just feeds you a lineup of normal monsters to give you access to every sort of OTK that you could want. Of course, triple Lapis, triple Tourmaline. These are just your general normal monsters that you're going to be using to regenerate things. Of course, Brilliant Fusion, 2 Called by the Grave, 1 Card Destruction, triple Drag Down, 1 Foolish Burial, triple Gem Knight Fusion, triple Desires, and triple Unexpected Die. Of course, Drag Down is to look at your opponent's hand, take out that existential hand trap that's going to be a problem for you. Don't have to worry about it anymore if your opponent doesn't have access to it, right? Also, being able to kind of plan around what your opponent's going to do, that's what makes this deck so good. Of course, extra deck down here, 1 Proxy, 1 Mrs. Radiant, 1 Link Spider, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 2 Phantom Quartz, 1 Curious, 1 copy of Zirconia, 1 Seraph Knight, 1 Prismora, 1 Master Diamond, 2 Lady Lapis Lazuli, and 1 Brilliant Diamond. In the side deck, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 Prankatops, 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Book of Eclipse, triple Twin Twisters, 2 Impermanents, and 2 Red Reboot. Wrapping this up. Like I said, it's really cool to get the chance to see Gem Knight FTK kind of walk back into the room, be like, oh, hey guys, while everything else is kind of exploding with danger, FTK. I think this was very good representation for this event, and the rogue decks that made Top Cut, very, very roguey. That's my bad pun for the day. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed these deck profiles. Please give me your opinion about them down below in the description, and well guys, that's all I got. Peace on out. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel, and join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.